The wife had to come and sign on the 50% because she was the owner. She had to sign that I'm selling the house and I'm willingly selling the house. She signed, he got a token amount. Out of that, he paid her the first installment that was mentioned in the consent terms. He paid it to her. After that, she went and almost withdrew the case of her domestic violence. She wanted to withdraw the case. This guy raises his hand and says, I don't want to go ahead and I'm not going to pay you anything. And he had encashed the entire amount of the property sale value, which was almost 2 crores. In the meantime, she has also written an email to the Prime Minister's office.
अरे बाप रे,
Stating the same thing that उसने ये सब किया है,
मुझे
मेरे
मारा
साथ,
है, ऐसा
मारा है, ये है, वो है, डिवोर्स फाइल, मैं डिवोर्स फाइल करूंगी, बच्चे को अलग रखा है, बच्चे के लिए पैसे नहीं दे रहा है. द होल स्टोरी बेसिकली अपनी राम कथा उसने लिख के PMO ऑफिस को दी. Now that PMO office has CC'd the email to the employer again. So one more review meeting. So for 2 years उनका review meeting ही चलता रहा. And
PMO ऑफिस से मेल आना is a big thing.
Because he was in a top MNC. So she was brought back. Next day, he files an urgent application in the court saying कि इसने she's taken the child without my and she's tried to kidnap the child.
आई शपथ. So yo everyone, कैसा guys? This is Dishang Dimla. Welcome back to the podcast. आज का podcast is going to be really interesting because after a long period of time, I think so we'll be able to hear cases from a professional itself. We have a divorce specialist बोल सकते हैं, जो she helps people out get free from people who are being a trouble.
Toxic relationships.
Yeah, being a trouble for each other and toxic relationship. But I don't know like कैसे ये मुकाम आ गया है आजकल की like ये ऐसे केसेस देखने पड़ रहे हैं हम लोग को. But we'll just introduce first कि hi Kashish, how are you?
Hello, thank you for having me.
Bro, it is like a great pleasure because you know few days back I had just manifested कि like my manifestation was very strong.
I was just telling one of my friend my manifestation's really strong as well.
See, so the podcast which I posted yesterday, right? I just thought of कि like कोई तो Ghostbuster आना चाहिए. The second day I get a call from someone like, hey, we are interested in coming. I'm like, nice. That day I was like just thinking and you texted. I was like, nice. So this podcast was, I was thinking to do it before, but जैसे किस्मत में रहता है वैसे ही होता है. So let's begin. How did you start all of this first of all? कि like you decided to just be a divorce lawyer in the first place. क्यों और कैसे?
So obviously when I was a lawyer, there were a lot of internships जो मैंने किए थे, and towards the end of my internship while I was studying law, I was very attracted to family, matrimonial law. Probably I thrive on gossip. So maybe that's why. But no, also because I feel this industry or this profession of divorce law and matrimonial law is really booming. So probably that's why I thought that this would be my calling. And yeah, that's why.
Okay, cool. Seeing all the cases right now, what do you think where our India is heading? Because I see recently, last year itself, the divorce rate has increased because of cheating itself and even the system of dowry and violence. So why is this happening and where are we heading right now? क्या हो रहा है इंडिया में?
So yes, the divorce rate is increasing, but dowry I would say not much. More I would say because the girls are getting financially independent. So that's a good thing also, I mean, being India. But what it was a few decades ago wherein the husband's family would take care of the wife. And there was a lot of compromise from the wife's side. But abhi the girls are so financially independent that they don't want to compromise. And if there's any slightly discomfort in their marriage, they'll just probably shift to a divorce. Like it's a very easy way out right now. For couples, at least the younger generation, it's very easy for them to.
पहले कैसे पति परमेश्वर है,
Yes,
वो सब
they would worship. हम लोग worship करते थे, but now the things are very different. Dowry is not much best. It would be in the village side of India, but not in the metropolitan cities now.
नहीं, cities में तो नहीं है.
नहीं, so it's mainly in like the village area, yeah.
Because fake dowry की cases भी लगते हैं बहुत कल आजकल.
A lot. So majority of our clients, at least the women's side of it, would be made up cases because they want to just harass the in-laws or the husband or take some monetary relief out of them. So yeah, it's majority, say 50% would be made up.
तो इनका अंजाम क्या होता है? Like what is the end result? Because if sometimes it might not be proven right,
Yeah.
and they might have to face something. So what happens exactly? Because seeing this ki like even fake rape cases, then you say martial rape, right? जो शादी में होता है forceful
Marital rape. It's yet not.
it
it's
is not
not
a
yet
it is a
illegal.
confusion thing.
It's in the grey area right now. Abhi tak the courts are also indecisive, so it's 50-50 and it's very difficult to prove a marital rape. It's not that easy. So it's very difficult. Yeah.
Crazy because I have been with people around ना they अभी सामने बैठने वाला इंसान झूठ बोल रहा है सच बोल रहा है इतना तो मुझे अंदाज आता है. They cry and they are like कि इतना जबरदस्ती होता है घर में
Yeah.
कि it's just a roti kapda and that.
So that falls under domestic violence. What you are referring to
हाँ,
falls
हाँ.
under domestic violence, not marital rape per se,
हाँ.
because domestic violence also means in-laws,
हाँ
mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law. It could be everybody. And you have to prove कि हम सब एक घर के नीचे we all stayed in under one roof for that domestic violence to happen on me. Now, if my sister-in-law just comes once every, say, 2 months, that's not called as a shared household wherein she must have done some sort of domestic violence on me. And domestic violence does not only mean physical, it also means mental and financial.
इसके बारे में हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं because I think this is gonna go very deep. मेरे को बहुत क्वेश्चंस पूछने हैं. फर्स्ट लेट्स एक्सप्लोर द साइड्स ऑफ स्टोरीज दैट यू हैव किससे जो भी है आपके पास. जैसे यू हैव गिवन मी सम बुलेट पॉइंटर्स हियर एंड दे आर रियली रियली शॉकिंग फॉर मी आल्सो कि लाइक ऐसे भी होता है क्या. सो लेट्स बिगिन विद द किस्से पार्ट ऑफ इट. सो व्हाट किस्से क्या किस्से है आपके?
I don't know where to begin, to be honest, but let's go with the most recent one. So there was a couple. They were fighting in court for the last 6 to 7 years.
6 साल से
6 साल से वो लोग कोर्ट में highly contested. They were fighting. उनका एक बेटा है who is now is a major. When they had filed the case, when the woman had filed the case, he was a minor. So there was a lot of domestic violence that was happening in the house apparently. So the lady filed only a domestic violence case. She did not file for a divorce because उसके lawyer ने उसको बोला होगा कि आप domestic violence में आपको protection relief भी मिलेगा और monetary relief भी मिलेगा for your son and for yourself.
Before coming to you.
Obviously before coming. This is 6 years ago.
Okay.
So when she approached the court, now the Indian court systems, I don't know if that's an advantage or disadvantage, but it takes easily 3 to 4 years to reach a conclusion in the court, be it domestic violence or be it divorce or be it anything. So she applied for a monetary relief on so and so grounds that I'm not a working woman. My husband earns so and so, and I have a child to take care of. So I need an X amount. And obviously there were a lot of proofs and complaints from the police that she has filed FIRs and everything against him. Now, as soon as she filed this domestic violence case, the husband, along with his father, filed a civil suit against her. So the house that they were living in was taken by the father, the husband's father, means her father-in-law. It was bought by him, or probably he loaned an amount to the husband. So they filed a civil suit for recovery against the wife and husband in connivance. Matlab the father-in-law and the son, they filed a case, but it was father versus the son and the wife.
Okay.
Just to show in the domestic violence code that look, my son also has to pay me an amount back. It's not just the wife.
So it is a strategy basically.
It's a strategy because then his money to pay her would get lessened, right? So they put that case up there, and that case is also simultaneously running. And even uska domestic violence case is running. And cut to 2-3 years later, there was an order passed which stated that the wife and the son should get 30,000 per month. 30 to the wife and 15 for the son. So total 45,000 is what the husband has to pay to the wife and son. Son has become a major. Now the wife, वो घर छोड़ के पहले ही चली गई. The day she filed the domestic violence case, she left the house. So it was the husband and the son living together. Husband is taking care of the son, like obviously his own child. He's paying for the education. Usko best college mein dala hai. Everything is done. He becomes a major. Now it's time for him to start searching for a job. And at the same time, the court has ordered 45,000 maintenance towards the wife and the son. He wants to challenge it. That's when he comes to me. He changed his lawyer. Oh, no, he never had a lawyer. He was only taking advice from different lawyers, but he was fighting the case in person. सो उसके सारे ड्राफ्ट्स और जो सब है उसने खुद ही बनाए थे. थोड़े बहुत लॉयर्स की एडवाइस ले रहा था and he was fighting his matter. Obviously, because he did not have professional help, the maintenance amount has come against him, 45,000. And uska itna income hai nahi. Very honestly speaking, he must be earning few thousands above 45,000 as his monthly income. He comes to us and because they were known to me via family and friends, we tried to settle the matter out mutually. We did not want them to fight in court. I knew the husband, I knew the wife. So we spent almost 6 to 7 months trying to explain him the benefits of going mutually. And agar wo mutually nahi jata hai, to he will have to pay 45,000 plus. And what happens in Indian court cases is agar aaj ke date pe aapko 45,000 you have to pay, it doesn't mean it starts from today. It starts retrospective. So matlab the day she filed the matter 6 years ago, or 3 years ago, it will be calculated from then. So 45,000 into 36 months, which is a substantial amount jo usko abhi bharna, and he will not have a few lakhs to pay upfront to her plus 45,000 every month. So he tried to explain him that if you do this and this, you probably sell the house, get some money. And she was a 50% owner in the house. Of the house that she left. So she and the husband were joint owners of the property. So you sell the 50%, buy her out, and your maintenance amount will get cleared and you all can file for a mutual divorce. This man, it took a lot of effort to convince him. Finally, we agreed. We entered into some sort of consent terms and decided that we will now go mutually in the family court, take a mutual divorce, and simultaneously हम domestic violence case close कर देंगे, because if you're getting divorced, all the pending litigation जो है that needs to be closed in the court. And wife agreed, husband agreed. Wife had a lawyer. We've all had meetings and everything is decided that on so and so date, the husband would sell the flat, get an X amount, pay her share, and continue paying for the son, or pay a sum and permanent lump sum amount, and then they are free to go. And she will withdraw the domestic violence case on this date. She will withdraw this other matter. She had filed another 498 also against him. So all of that will happen in a span of 6 months that the family court gives you to resolve. So family court gives you usually 6 months to comply with all the terms. Everything was done. First, he sold the property. The wife had to come and sign on the 50% because she was the owner. She had to sign that I'm selling the house and I'm willingly selling the house. She signed. He got a token amount. Out of that, he paid her the first installment that was mentioned in the consent terms. He paid it to her. After that, she went and almost withdrew the case of her domestic violence. She wanted to withdraw the case. This guy raises his hand and says, I don't want to go ahead and I'm not going to pay you anything. And he had encashed the entire amount of the property sale value, which was almost 2 crores.
So पैसे आ गए इसलिए flip माना.
Yes, he flipped. So when he got the token amount, he paid her half of the token amount because that was as per the terms. As soon as he got the next 2 crores, he flipped and said, I am not going ahead with the divorce. And now she had already signed on the 50% of the property also. So she was stuck. Now what am I supposed to do? Because I signed, he's got 2 CR, I only got X amount of this, not even 1% or not even 10% of the 2 crore value is with her. And he said, I will not pay the son. I will pay the son only half of what he had agreed to pay the son. I will pay the next half after 5 years. That was not a part of the terms either. So, and he was my client. So obviously,
ऐसे terms में क्या किया जाता है?
So yeah, now what can happen is, as a lawyer, we get stuck because we tried to tell him that this is not the right way to go. The family court will hold him responsible. So will the magistrate court hold him responsible. And sorry. Yeah, so he did not listen to his lawyers. He said, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I do not want your services anymore. And now the wife is stuck.
So,
at the same time, the family court matter has been filed.
Okay.
It's already been filed. So now he has to be answerable to 3 courts. The 498 court, the domestic violence court, and the family court. Now, what is the wife supposed to do? She is stuck. What we would suggest is that don't sign on any document, especially when you are the owner of the property, and take an amount, and then you'll just be, if he doesn't want to pay you, you'll get stuck. So keep it till the day of your last day of divorce. So usually a lot of compliances happen.
You were in a situation, no?
I was in a situation because I did not know what to do. If
and
my
you
client
knew both of
and
them.
I knew both the parties, though I was not representing the lawyer, the wife. She had a whole lawyer for herself, but I got stuck over here, and we tried explaining this is not the right way. Chalo, even if you have an option of backing out. It's not like you can't. It's not illegal. Any party can have a change of mind and back out. But his change of mind was not emotional. It was more financially driven because he didn't want to pay her the half amount of the
Greed.
property value.
Yeah.
He didn't want to. He had only paid her some 10-20 lakhs. And we got stuck. We explained that if she goes to higher courts, you have to pay the domestic violence ka maintenance in the past 3-4 years. Plus, the opposite side lawyer is going to point out that you have sold the flat out of the consent terms, and you're going to have to eventually pay her the 50% of the property value. Maybe not now, but later on. He's willing to take that risk. He's saying, I'll fight it out. You can't help. So I did not have another option but to step down from the matter because I was related to both of them in some way or the other.
See, this is like a situation जहाँ पे बोलते हैं ना कि आगे कुआ पीछे खाई वैसे situation हो गया
And
था.
one more thing, what happened simultaneously, the recovery suit was going on.
हाँ.
Now there's an order passed. So luckily to an extent, I wouldn't say, I don't know, maybe he's my client, but still luckily, the order that was passed in the recovery suit was not against the wife, it was only against the husband. So means he has to owe his father 60 lakhs as per court records. See, internally they have a setting that he will not pay the father. But as per an order from the court, he has to still owe 60 lakhs to his father. So he's stuck there also. So the wife goes scot-free there, but that was just luck-based. And that also happened the same time he backed out.
So in your head, like, are you always on the side of justice, or like you want to do it like?
As a lawyer, I would not say I choose, because see, firstly in a matrimonial matter, you will never know who's right or wrong. You don't know what happens behind closed doors. It's not like a murder or a theft where you know this person has murdered so and so. Here, I don't know what's happening behind. So if a client comes to me, I only hear one side of the story. So I am bound to believe the one side of the story. Unless and until I hear the other side, I do form my opinions, but that doesn't take away the fact that I have to still support my client.
That's true. Because
I mean, it's very difficult for a lawyer to take a yes or a no, take a decision.
Diplomats.
It is what it is,
So that is what it is, right? But at the end, he was stuck with the...
He is stuck, but he still is fighting his own case in person now. We as lawyers stepped down. We explained the court the situation, and we did not have an option but to step down. But he is still fighting himself, and the wife is now gone to the higher court to take a better relief. But this will go against him.
Yeah, why to do it in the first place?
Why to do it, exactly?
If you're greedy enough, have a capacity to earn that much, I feel.
He is earning. It's not like he's not.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Anyways, good luck, bro, if you're watching.
No, that's not to scare, but probably for the wives to be, and the wife side lawyer to be a little more vigilant when they are signing such terms.
Exactly.
I was from the husband side, so I would not tell the wife that this is not what you should be signing now. But yeah, if I were from the wife side, I would not have allowed that.
Was there any pressure given on her, like, sign karo, sign
No.
karo?
No, there was no pressure. All of these terms were decided over the span of 7 months, wherein we all sat down on the table every week and we decided that this timeline would be the chronology of selling the flat, paying you out, withdrawing the matter, so and so. She agreed. She ready. So nobody put any force on anyone. But we never knew that my client will only step down,
Yeah.
And especially when he's paid her the token amount. So when you usually pay somebody, you're bound. That
It looks like
it
a
looks like it looks like a hope. I'm paying you some amount. It's not like I'm backing out right now. So he lost out on his 10-20 lakhs for sure. But in comparison to 2 CR property versus 20 lakhs is barely anything.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So let's move to next story. You have this good faith gone costly. This is the story, right?
Yeah.
Which you told right now.
No, I said the betrayal one.
The betrayal one, yeah. So let's. What next do you have? What do you want to serve on the table?
So the next would be. So we had like a celebrity professional with us as a client. Okay, and we were representing the wife. And they both had a joint property in a sea-facing joint property. Okay, so it was worth a lot of crores. Now what happens is, when they were married and everything was going well, the husband purchased the property and he just put the wife as a co-owner.
Okay.
out of good faith.
Hmm.
Clearly good faith. Wife had no investment. That time she was still struggling with her career.
Hmm.
And there was no investment from the wife's side at all. Everything was the husband. And now they had EMI. They'd taken a loan on that property.
Acha.
So there was an EMI that he was paying, and that EMI amount was very substantial. It was a huge amount because it's a sea-facing
Sea-facing
property in
flat.
Mumbai. And things down the road after, probably...
Kind of my neighbors, you can say.
Yes, kind of. Not too far, 10 minutes from here. And they, when they went for a divorce, the wife asked for a certain amount of maintenance for herself
Acha.
and the son.
But what was the reason?
For a divorce,
Yeah.
incompatibility, and there was also some cheating involved from either side. So we won't get into the specifics of that. Okay, they wanted to go ahead for a divorce, and she filed for a domestic violence, and she filed for a contested divorce
Acha.
in court as well.
What is a contested?
What is a contested divorce? A contested divorce is something that you file when you feel your husband is either cheating or there's some cruelty that's happened upon you. There are grounds for contested divorce. Her ground was cruelty and cheating.
Mhm.
So that's why she had filed. The husband becomes a defendant. She becomes the one who's wanting the divorce, and she had filed a domestic violence also. This went on for 8 to 10 years.
Mhm.
We were not in the picture back then.
Mhm.
When she came to us, say around 8 years later, when it came to a stage wherein the husband had to pay some sort of maintenance to the wife, and he was not paying because he had his own reasons, saying that I don't want to believe the court's order. I'm not earning that much to pay her such a big amount. Plus, she's a celebrity professional and she has enough of her own funds. I'll pay everything for the child. I have no problem. I'm also paying the house EMI, but I'm not going to pay for the wife. Now, he had not paid the EMI for almost 6 months. So there was a notice that was issued in a house. She's only living in that house with the son. Husband has walked off years ago from that house. So it's just her and the son living in that house. And she got an eviction notice of paying the EMI. So she approaches the court, the higher court, stating that he needs to pay the EMI or else I will be displaced from my household because this is my matrimonial house. I've been living here ever since I've been married. Husband says, and his defense is, if you are the co-owner of the house and you jointly own the house, you pay 50% of the EMI as well. To which she raised her hands and said that I don't have enough to pay such a hefty amount of EMI per month. I am earning only this much. Out of that, I can't pay so much just for the house EMI. This went on in court. The high courts heard both the sides of the story. Then not only went onto the EMI, they went into her income as well, as to what is her per month income. Like, husband tried to show all photos and images of her being with celebrities and being here, going in the hi-fi party. So how are you affording that? Her lifestyle was very contradictory to what she was presenting in court. You're coming wearing branded clothes, carrying a branded purse, having the best iPhone. The judges do observe that. It's not like she's coming in torn clothes, right? So looking at her overall thing and what the husband had to present, that this is what my wife's worth is, she can easily pay 50% of the EMI. After hearing both the sides, what the courts ordered is that you are earning so and so, you can't hide it from court. You might not be earning that much as what your husband is saying, but you're bound to pay 50% because you can. Now her point is, I never paid for the flat either. I never bought. He just put me in good faith. Why am I supposed to pay for it? Where am I supposed to go with my son? The court said that if you're a co-joint owner, plus you're residing in that property and you're enjoying the luxury property, not your husband, or else move out of the house and don't pay the EMI. Husband will give you an alternative accommodation, obviously not a sea-facing house in Mumbai, something smaller. Are you okay with that? She said no.
No.
So if you want luxury and you're earning enough, which you can spend 50% of the EMI, then why not?
People.
Plus the society charges and everything was now put on her. Husband was paying EMI plus society maintenance, electricity, everything. Now everything goes to her because she's enjoying the property, or else move out.
But was there any specific reason that the husband stopped paying for the EMIs?
Because of divorce, no, things became very sour between them.
Ah.
He moved out of the house. Why would he pay? He was willing to pay for the son and he was paying for the son. It's not like he was not.
Crazy, bro. People do such things.
But no, so like every wife should also understand that if she's coming as a co-owner, today things are fine. 10 years down the line, you don't know how your marriage or things are going to turn. So you are going to have to pay if you're enjoying the property. If you're not enjoying the property, then it's fine.
And 10 years down the line, the property might cost more than what she
Yes.
has like received.
Definitely.
So crazy, because it's going
Yeah.
5 CR right now.
Yeah.
So I
Easily.
know what
What the
that
EMI might be, and even the judges went on to say that you will not pay 50, you'll pay even more than 50% of the EMI because you are
Okay.
living in that property.
Okay. So is there any specific like laws to protect man from paying like the, what do you say, maintenance, or like for the wife or something like that? Because sometimes I feel a man gets stuck now in Karnataka courts.
Yeah.
Basically the decisions which are made there, sometimes it shocks me, like उसके पास पैसा भी नहीं होता, उसको पैसा फिर भी भरना
Yeah,
पड़ता है.
that is one sad thing. There are a lot of judges which are very biased towards just the women. They don't see the financial overhead that's on the husband's head, because they have children also. They have their own medical. They have their parents as well. So it gets very difficult. And rather, now since we are on this topic, I'll go to this other story which is very interesting on your same topic of maintenance of the husband. Okay, they've been married for 20-25 years. They have 3 children.
Let's try to keep it Hindi for people.
Okay,
Okay.
हाँ,
So
I'll try.
हाँ,
Okay.
जितना हो सकता है उतना.
Okay. Are you getting scared? Okay.
He's loving, he's having fun.
No, he's scared. He might just take the ring back from me. Okay. So अभी हिंदी में. Okay. So हमारा एक दूसरा कपल था जो they've been married for almost 25 years. उनके 3 बच्चे हैं.
हाँ.
Wife filed for a divorce. Whatever reason, let's not get into that because we are focusing अभी on maintenance के बारे में focus कर रहे हैं, on the husband paying maintenance and how is that decided. उनका 3rd child, the youngest child, is a child with special needs.
अच्छा.
So what the mother did is, when the mother filed for a divorce, उसने the youngest child, she took the youngest child and left the matrimonial house. So the 2 major boys, the 2 major children, वो husband के custody में अभी तक है. The younger child is with the mother and the mother has walked out of the house. The wife has filed for domestic violence, 498A, child custody, child maintenance.
अच्छा.
4 matters she has filed against the
husband.
Now उनका कैसा है, एक बिल्डिंग में 2 flats है ऊपर नीचे. तो the bigger flat which is a 3 BHK, husband and the 2 children are living, and ऊपर का flat which is a 2 BHK in the same building, wife and the younger child is living.
But they younger जो 2 बच्चे थे, are they majors or they minors?
When जब wife ने ये सब file किया था, they were minors. Now they are majors because court case is almost going on for almost 8-9 years now.
अच्छा.
Okay, she has filed for 4 cases against. Mainly, her main intention is पैसे लेना है husband से. That's it. That's her main intention. There is no other intention. उसने अपने छोटे बच्चे को बड़े siblings से she's completely kept them apart. Okay, she's not making the small child meet the older siblings or the father. So complete cut off from the father and the younger child. She approaches court for maintenance of the child, says my child has medical problems, इतना खर्चा है, आपको भरना पड़ेगा. Husband says मेरे को प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि मैं.
So yes, you were on, like, she moved out of the house.
She moved out of the house with the younger child, and she filed for a lot of maintenance cases and child custody cases. Husband on the other hand, उनको visitation चाहिए था बच्चे के लिए because she had completely kept the child away from the husband. Fighting in court since many years. It takes time for the court to even pass an interim decision. Now, what is interim decision? While your court case is going on, till the final order is passed, there is an interim order. मतलब in the meantime.
Temporary बोल सकते हैं.
Temporary बोल सकते हैं, मतलब उस time period के दौरान there has to be an interim maintenance given to the wife. कि जब तक final order pass हुआ आपको इतना महीने में इतना मिलेगा. अभी this case is तो going on simultaneously, judge is deciding the order. Wife क्या करती है? She goes to the husband's workplace और उनको emails लिखती है उनके seniors को that my husband has hit me, my husband has done this and that, remove him from the job. She, उसको उतना सेंस नहीं है कि if the husband becomes jobless, who's going to pay? उसने इतना hefty amount मांगा है, and if the husband becomes jobless, there is no monetary
What's this
relief.
idea कि कहाँ से आया था?
A lot of women, they think to harass the husband, उनके वर्क प्लेस पे पहुंच जाओ, तमाशा क्रिएट करो, उनके बॉसेस को, no boss would probably want an employee who is creating a drama in office.
हाँ.
So their intention is उसको निकाल देंगे, उसको निकाल देंगे, उसके पास he will not have a job, he'll be under stress. But they don't understand कि if he doesn't have money, वो आपका पैसा कैसे भरेगा? She did that. Now, my client, the husband, who was at a top position in a very big MNC. So, having some sort of emails like this and creating a scene in office did not go well at all. He had to undergo review meetings. And not just one, several review meetings. And his job was at stake. Whatever you see, Indian societies, it gets very difficult for even the employers to accept that their employees are undergoing some sort of code drama. It's not that easily accepted in India, even today. So many review meetings were set up. In the meantime, she has also written an email to the Prime Minister's office.
अरे बाप रे.
Stating the same thing. That उसने ये सब किया है,
मुझे
मेरे
मारा है, ऐसा
मारा है, ये है, वो है, डिवोर्स फाइल, मैं डिवोर्स फाइल करूंगी, बच्चे को अलग रखा है, बच्चे के लिए पैसे नहीं दे रहा है, द होल स्टोरी बेसिकली अपनी राम कथा उसने लिख के PMO ऑफिस को भेजा. Now that PMO office has CC'd the email to the employer again. So one more review meeting. So for 2 years उनका review meeting ही चलता रहा.
PMO ऑफिस से मेल आना is a big thing.
Because he was in a top MNC.
Exactly.
So it's not like a small mid-sized firm or like a startup. So they've taken it very seriously. And वो पूरे 1 साल के अंदर उसको अपना पूरा सैलरी नहीं मिला.
अरे बाप रे.
Obviously because review meetings are going on. Now, as I told you, उनके 2 घर थे ऊपर नीचे. The नीचे वाला और ऊपर वाला घर, one of the house, he was also paying an EMI. So basically he had a loan also that he had to clear. Loan था, 2 बच्चे हैं, plus एक child है with special needs है. He himself was facing a lot of medical problems because he was 50 plus. So even a man does have a lot of medical issues. It's not just women. So he had a lot of medical problems. Uske bills were also pretty high. Plus he had to take care of the wife. Means 6 overhead cost. And not just education of the 3 children. There's medical, there is lifestyle, there's extracurricular. There are so many expenses. You had 3 sons. And all this was going on. Now because she did this whole fiasco in the office place, husband ने domestic violence court में approach किया जहाँ उनको relief चाहिए था. तो you cannot possibly approach in any other court where the wife is asked for maintenance. Because जो हमारा ground है वो मेंटेनेंस के कोर्ट में हम नहीं डाल सकते कि मेरा ये प्रॉब्लम है, वाइफ को इसके लिए होल्ड हर रिस्पॉन्सिबल. सो हीज ओनली ऑप्शन वाज टू गो टू द डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस कोर्ट एंड अप्रोच दैट फोरम एंड द जज एंड से कि इसने ये सब किया है. व्हेन वी आर आर्ग्यूइंग अबाउट द वर्कप्लेस ड्रामा, द जज hears the matter, everything. When it comes to order, can you guess what order he's passed?
It might not be in his favor.
That's for sure. But what do you think he must have passed? If I'm going to you and coming to you for a specific relief for one thing.
I would have listened and carefully given order by his side. Stating कि like इसका कम करो, at least उसको pressure कम होएगा.
Correct.
Or like help him out. Or
just stop doing it. Correct.
Yeah.
Do you think you can pass any order, any other order in my this ask from you? If I'm asking you 2 plus 2, you're not going to tell me 2 minus 2, correct? You know what the judge has passed an order?
क्या बोला?
He's passed an ad hoc order. Ad hoc is as that interim thing that I told you. It's a court specific term. He's passed an order of maintenance. Maintenance means money in this thing where I'm telling you she's coming to my office and creating a scene. तो मेंटेनेंस कहाँ से आया?
Why? Like
because during her arguments, when we were arguing this and this, she was trying to put her defense कि मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, ये नहीं है, रोना धोना चालू. And as I said, some judges अपना bias दिखाते हैं women को. It's not even the correct platform and the forum to give that defense out. Her defense has to be related and specific to only the workplace drama, not the maintenance. पर उसने पूरा अपना राम कथा स्टोरी बताया रो धो के कोर्ट में, and she was appearing in person without a lawyer at that time. So the judge was a male judge. He got biasness towards the woman, passed an order of maintenance stating 30,000 maintenance towards the wife per month and 15,000 towards the son's medical needs.
The special child. Okay.
How? Where did medical needs come from?
Why?
Where did maintenance come from? And what about my answer? My question to you is still unanswered. You have not even given me a relief for why I have come to you to court for. And husband obviously didn't have another option, because what happens is, whatever order is passed, whether you are happy with the order or husband, mostly husband side, whether आप खुश हो order से या ना खुश हो, आपको पैसे भरने. अगर आप खुश हो तो ठीक है, आप खुशी खुशी पैसे भरोगे. ना खुश हो तो you have an option to appeal to the higher courts. But when you're appealing also, your interim order is तो passed होनी ना, तो वो amount तो accumulate करते आगे बढ़ता ही जाएगा. It's not like just because आपने higher court में appeal किया है, the order that's passed in the lower court will be stayed. It will not be stayed. Stayed मतलब rukna until I get an order from the higher court. So that is also accumulating. Plus you approach the higher court. Now when we go to the higher court says, I don't have time to listen to the matters which are so now, like recent, 2021, 2020. I don't want. I have matters pending of 2012. I'm giving you 6-month dates.
उसमें और accumulation
all accumulation होगा. And the judge is upfront telling us that I'm not going to hear you now. I have enough on my hand is full, I can't hear you anymore.
Shit, bro.
Come 6 months later, all this is going on. Now we go to the higher court. This was the we went to the sessions court. Now we come to the higher courts, like the high court. Money is still on, but the decision is still not passed as to what was my relief is still not there. So now we are fighting on two things. Give me a relief of the workplace drama and give me a relief of how can you pass 45,000 maintenance when I did not even get a chance to explain you what my salary is and what my income is.
But none of your side was heard?
My side was not heard.
So how is this justice in
That's
first
what
place?
I'm saying. This is not. But what do you do? Now in the High Court, the matter will be heard soon, in a few months. But my money is accumulating.
Plus the job risk.
Plus my job is at risk. Plus I have so many overhead costs. And we have tried to settle the matter mutually for almost 4 years now. And every time the demand is increasing. Now I also have a certain amount. I cannot pay you more than what I have. You need to understand that. And अगर आप बोल रहे हो child with special needs है, आपने कोई document proof नहीं दिया है.
What? No, nothing?
No. There is direct 15,000 interim maintenance for the child's medical needs. On what basis?
Oh my God, this is not justice at all.
It's not, right? So when we went to the family court for the child custody case that she had filed in the child maintenance, there we tried to put up this point that I don't have a problem paying for the child. मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. He's my child, I'll pay for him. But you give me documentation. According to the father, my child is not special. He doesn't have any special needs. At that age, probably the child might just be hyperactive and all of that.
ADHD.
Maybe. But that's something that can be resolved.
Yeah.
It's not like you're telling me my child is completely a special child.
He might or might not be falling under autism spectrum or something like that. Or even if it is because me being a dyslexic and ADHD kid, I know it can be resolved over the period of time. And it is very personal decision for the person with the disorder itself to come over it.
Exactly.
So I don't think this is...
And 15,000 per month without any documentation. Husband said, okay, आप बोल रहे हो 15,000 है, आप मेरे को proof दिखाओ. आपको जाना है, हम doctors को साथ में consult करेंगे. No.
He's very cooperative.
He's very cooperative. He's paying for the 2 older sons who are now majors. And now they are planning to go abroad for studies. So he's also incurring that cost Plus, he's incurring the minor son's cost.
Now, broadcast will not be easy.
Exactly.
It's like 40-50 lakh rupees
Plus,
a year.
he has his own medical ailments. We've proved those documents also that he has a serious medical problem. Those documents have also been proved, presented in court. When I'm saying that, okay, you come with me to the doctor together, साथ में जाके consult करते हैं, नहीं, मैं नहीं आऊँगी. One court said, ठीक है, आप दोनों साथ में जाओ on so and so day to this hospital.
So-
She's taken the child to another hospital.
Basically, this decisions which are passed by specific judges, sometimes over the period of time, they also change.
Yes. In all these years, we've had 3 judges.
So this is also a major
You
problem.
start from zero again. I start arguing the matter from zero again.
Oh my god.
That is a problem. No, that problem you face, not just us, all the lawyers face that.
Because I've heard this a lot.
Yes.
कि मेरा केस इतने में सॉल्व होने को आया था, जज चेंज हो गया.
Yes.
I'm like कि bro.
So what we've done in this case is we have put an application to the court to change the judge. Because I'm not happy with the judge. How can you pass an order in some other relief? So now that is also an ongoing matter. When will my judge be changed? But my
Nice,
maintenance is still there. There's no stay on the maintenance. And it's already been 2.5 years since that order is passed. So I'm still paying that much amount. And one disadvantage that, or maybe advantage from the woman's side. When I'm from the woman's side, it's an advantage for me. But from the man's side, when you go to the high court, stating that I don't have X amount to pay, मेरा salary इतना है, judge ने इतना pass किया, मैं कैसे भरूं? What the high court says is, I don't care. I will hear you, but I will hear you after you pay 50% of the pending arrears.
This is not good.
That is a standard procedure. Now, when I'm from the woman's side, it's a wow.
Exactly.
It's a wow because mostly husbands it's a slight higher chance the husbands appeal because they're not happy with the amount. But I still get 50% of the pending arrears. Now, pending arrears means what's the retrospective जो मैंने आपको पहले बताया. तो अगर मेरा pending arrears 10 lakhs है, for example, 5 lakhs उसको भरना पड़ेगा मेरे को कोर्ट में, and only then the court will hear you. Only then the court will hear you.
Okay.
And how do you arrange for that 5 lakhs? Where are you going to get it from?
That is where it explains the sometimes this judges are very strict कि like हाँ पहले पैसे भरो बाद में आगे का सूर.
But then
This
that
clips
it also helps in cases where we know husbands are trying to hide their income. But the thing is, even what we feel is when the high court judges are passing such orders, they should at least hear little of the husband's side. They don't hear. They directly say, इतना भरो फिर मैं आपको सुनूंगा.
So on your side, what things should be changed in the favor of both? Like it should be neutralized.
It should be neutralized. If I'm going to a higher court, I do not want an answer from you stating that first you pay 50% and only then I'll hear you.
And I think speed is also,
I'm already a person seeking relief.
And speed is also necessary, I feel.
High court speed is faster, definitely. The higher courts you go to, the speed obviously increases. But for any order to be passed in the starting, it's going to take 2 years minimum. For an order to be passed. They'll hear me throughout the 2 years. But there are different stages कि आप ये stage पे आओगे, फिर adjournment होगा, मेरे को adjournment नहीं चाहिए, lawyer available नहीं है, client unwell है, judge का mood नहीं है, या तो judge available नहीं है.
Mood नहीं is
Yes. That is
yes,
also
bro.
that is also a thing. Like as I told you, that other judge ने क्या बोला था कि मैडम आपका तो 2022 का मैटर है, मेरा 2012 का चल रहा है, आप 6 महीने बाद आइए. That is one thing. Second, sometimes what happens is जज के नीचे एक जुडिशियल क्लर्क बैठता है. वो लोग बोलता है आज जज सिर्फ ऑर्डर पास करेंगे, वो किसी को सुनेंगे नहीं.
I am uneducated over here.
Okay.
Who is governing these judges? Like, is there a committee? Is there a board? Is there someone who has to supervise these judges?
There is a chief justice in the high court who's the main judge for all the high courts. So he supervises that, and who engages the judges in the high court is the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court decides Rajasthan का judge ये होगा, Maharashtra का ये होगा, high courts में ये होगा. Then who appoint the lower courts is the high court judges. Lower courts के lower courts. So it goes in a hierarchy. That's how you are appointed. And to answer that question, I would not know who does that. I know who engages who, but I'm not too sure as to under who. But it's the government as per judiciary basically.
Power is a crazy thing, bro. Power is a crazy thing. But crazy, bro. How this? Oh my god,
Yeah,
I am really shocked. Ki like
even we were shocked. Like every time we approach this matter, we also don't know what course to take because आज हम ये आर्ग्यू कर रहे हो और ये ऑर्डर पास करेगा. मतलब मैंने वो आर्ग्यू ही नहीं किया.
flip
I
side.
was not even prepared to argue that, and you passed that order. And what about my disrelief? Unanswered.
Because see, this from your
Yeah.
people get frustrated and then they come here, like as astrologer or
Yes,
psychologist.
yes.
And when I'm listening to the cases now, it's a similar thing. I don't know what solutions to give.
There is no, because even our hands are tied. I really want to help my client, but my hands are also tied. How do I proceed? If I approach the judge and says, come 6 months later, what do I do? Okay, 5 महीने, अच्छा 4 महीने. I'll negotiate and say, अच्छा 3 महीने बाद court date दे दो. But I'm begging for something that I don't have to.
Have to. Exactly.
Why? Just hear me in the first go. Simple.
And as a lawyer, it becomes like personalized. Like ये मेरा ही है, तो मुझे ही
Yeah,
करना है यार.
it's our baby at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like obviously the working hours, we are only driven towards our clients. When we come back home, we try to close our minds, but I also feel bad, you know, like what if I was
Possibility है
in
ही
that?
नहीं यार, bro. कितना इंसान करेगा?
What can I do? Even I know injustice is happening to him, but what to do?
Damn, bro.
And how much we've tried to, you know, negotiate with the opposite side, but it just doesn't work out because every time the demand is higher and higher.
And I want to ask one more thing about, like, okay, this is the side of maintenance and everything. Have you faced a case where fake rape cases were applied to a husband or like something like that, or he was pressurized? Because I have seen people who do it very often, and then they are like कि पैसे मिलने के बाद, then they take this route of settling outside.
Yes, so this is exactly how court works. Rape would constitute in the criminal aspect of it, but I'll talk to you about the domestic violence part of it. बहुत सारे वाइव्स होते हैं जिनको लगता है अगर हम 3-4 कोर्ट केस फाइल करेंगे उस पर प्रेशर बढ़ेगा एंड वो गिव इन कर देगा. बट दैट्स ट्रू. Whatever said and done, that's how human psychology works. Today I will say I will not give you what you want. But tomorrow if you are trying to stress me out and मुझे कोर्ट 1 महीने में 4 बार जाना पड़ेगा, ऑफिस से लीव लेना पड़ेगा, I will give in to you. I don't have an option. So a lot of women do file a lot of false cases, mainly in domestic violence, to reach a conclusion that मैंने X amount मांगा था. If he's even coming closer to that amount, I'll settle it. तो आपने पेटिशन में इतना लिखा है कि उसने मारा है, ये किया है, जला दिया है, and when it comes to when you get what you want, all of that is just vanished. So are you telling me you were fighting on false grounds? Because that's true. So most of the judges now have understood this is the strategy that women do. So what the judges have now done, which is a good thing. क्या करते हैं वो लोग? As soon as the matter is approached to them, they say आप mediation के लिए जाओ. मीडिएशन में कोई थर्ड जज अपॉइंट होता है जो दोनों पार्टीज को सुनता है. मैडम हमको चाहिए कितना? मेरे को इतना चाहिए. आप दे पाओगे? नहीं, मैं इतना दे पाऊंगा. आई ओके? ओके, डन. It doesn't even reach the judge where they actually had approached to. Then it gets sorted in mediation only. And sometimes even the judges who they approach to, they say, आप मेरे चेम्बर पे आओ, मैं आपका mediation लेता हूँ. Because as a judge, they have experience. As you said, I can look at the person and understand whether they're lying or they're making it up. These people also know. They'll see the wife, they'll see the husband, they'll understand this she's making it up or this guy's lying about his income.
I am in a place where I might be wrong. Does the judge also like take the commission kind of thing?
Not really. That's like pointing fingers at our judiciary, and I would not want to comment on that. So no, I have not faced that.
Okay, because being in I've been with criminal royals, right? So वहाँ पे थोड़ा बहुत ऐसे I've seen.
See, there's always going to be a backdoor entry.
Yeah, I know.
But
That is the
in my career, I have not faced that, and I would not want to point a finger at any judge. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, moving on to the next story which you have. Then there is 2 stories which are left. We're already 40 minutes in. You are right. Like this cases are like really, really big. The attempted exit, I feel it's during the divorce proceedings, the father had visitation rights.
Yeah. So this is also very interesting. This is ये अभी child custody और visitation के बारे में है. So we have spoken about maintenance. We
Maintenance,
spoke
हाँ.
about last minute exit from the divorce settlement. Now we'll talk about where the children are involved. So जब आप child custody cases file करते हो या domestic divorce cases file करते हो, उसका एक prayer होता है. Which party wants the custody of the child? Party means either mother or the father. So as a mother, if I file a child custody case, my prayer will be permanent and sole custody of the child मेरे पास रहे और मैं father को visitation I can give. But some mothers or fathers say, I do not want to give visitation. Means complete cut off from the other parent. They don't understand that you cannot use a child as a pawn. It's not a chess game. You can't use a child as a pawn to settle your scores.
They weaponize.
They weaponize the child and they say, okay, for the child, pay this much. And if you want to meet the child, pay me this much. I'll make you meet the child. It doesn't work like that. They don't understand that child ka mind at that age is very like
fragile.
Very fragile. They do not know who to choose. And it's so difficult for a child to choose mother or father, right? I mean, they've lived in a happy family for so and so years. And then you tell the child to walk out of the house and go live with mom or dad. In this case, the wife ने divorce file किया था और divorce में उसने एक prayer डाला था कि मुझे permanent और physical custody of the child I want. They have 2 children, 1 daughter, 1 son, both minors. Okay, both are qualified, husband qualified, wife qualified. Money is not a problem between them. And husband is taking care of the 2 children without anything. And wife is also spending how much she wants for the child. When the matter is ongoing, so even in a custody case or this is a divorce case. तो divorce case में भी stages आते हैं. First stage होगा mediation, next stage होगा maintenance, next stage होगा custody, access. तो before they could reach, उनके क्या हुआ था उनके केस में पहले एक visitation का order pass हो गया था. They are fighting since almost 6 years in family court. The visitation order was passed wherein they said, okay, ad interim, as I told you, in the meanwhile, the visitation will be given to the father on so and so dates. Father को video call access मिलेगा, say Monday to Friday, 1 hour every day, and weekends he can meet the child. Father happy,
so much
mother
limitations.
happy. Yes, in a visitation there's a lot of limitations, like a lot. Like we actually हम timings लिखते हैं. 4 p.m. father will pick up the child from the residence of the mother's building, and 8 p.m. the child father will drop the child in the residence.
अगर ऊपर नीचे हुआ तो
थोड़ा बहुत obviously the parents understand ऊपर नीचे हुआ, but if this goes beyond, like say I come back and drop the child at 12 a.m. in the night, that means I'm not complying with the terms जो मैंने agree किए थे court में. तो the wife has or the husband has a opportunity relief to go to the court and say that she's not complying with the consent terms. So that it's called execution of the terms. जो आपने agree किया आप वो execute नहीं कर रहे हो, आप complete opposite execute कर रहे हो. तो that is a secondary thing which they do have a relief for sure. But obviously आधा घंटा ऊपर नीचे नहीं होता है. But to be as specific as possible so that we don't have such problems like this, we mention timings 4 p.m., 8 p.m. Or we say Friday night the father will pick up the child and Sunday evening drop the child back. So the father gets overnight access with the children or the mother. Like that. And if you're doing video call every day 8 to 9 p.m. ही video call होगा. समझो अगर 8 to 9 p.m. the child is busy or some class, then as per the convenience of the child, you put it on the child. As per the convenience of the child, the father will tell you कि child is free now, mother can video call. So we get into the specifics for sure, that because when it's a child involved, both the parents want equal time. We cannot be vague in the terms. So coming back to this case, उसको visitation, father had got full visitation of the child, Monday to Friday video call access, and Saturday, Sunday he would get overnight access.
Overnight access.
What this lady did is, she booked the tickets. Now Monday to Friday the child is living with the mother. Father doesn't know what the child is doing. He only gets a 1 hour video call visitation. The mother has booked the tickets and left for Dubai. Booked the tickets, gone to the airport. Father has somehow via gotten to know that this is what has happened. My children have reached the airport. Now both of them are qualified and well connected. Okay, both the parties. Husband has used his contact and stopped the wife at the airport. So the police and personals have caught the wife and said, Madam, you can't fly with the children, come back. There's a court order. So what was written in the consent terms is the wife cannot displace the child out of the country.
Acha.
Can't. Whether it's vacation or whether it's schooling, you need to take permission of the father and the court to take your child out of the country or even out of India, in India for that matter. So she was brought back. Next day, he files an urgent application in the court saying कि she's taken the child without my, and she's tried to kidnap the child.
Ay, shapat.
Yeah, she's tried to kidnap the child and without my permission. Though till now the custody is not decided who gets it. But because the court case is going on, the child is currently staying with the mother, so it's assumed that the current custody of physical custody is with the mother. But it's not a court documented thing that the mother has the custody. Correct? So technically, both the parents have full right over their children. But only one thing is father has visitation rights also. Because it's with the mother's custody. So kidnap the child, and this is against the consent terms, and she's not complying with the terms, and hence I need a modification of the consent terms. Means you modify the terms जो हमने पहले agree की थे, अभी उसने ये उल्टा कर दिया है, violation कर दिया, so now I want to modify. मेरे को change करना है अपनी तरीके से. वो time मैंने agree किया था, अभी मुझे change करना है. So the court obviously ordered the mother that you cannot take the child out, and they took the passport of the mother. The court withheld the passport of the mother. Seize kiya till the court case is going on. Yeah, it's going on. The case is going on. The children are in India only.
Passport mila nahi.
Is with the mother. Obviously, the mother has put an application to get the passport back. So that's still not yet decided. It's still in the stage of it. But she can't leave the country. And you can't do something like that. You're violating the terms.
And that was done on purpose itself.
That was done on purpose. And what we got to know, her intention was not a holiday. It was to settle there. Because she took the children during the summer break. So she had not even paid for the next year. They had not paid. They were bound to pay for the new term of the education of the school, but they had not paid. So her main intention was displacing. And what we got to know is that she had a job there. She had already found a job for herself in Dubai. So what does that mean? You're trying to take the children away from me. What if the children would have reached Dubai? Chalo, the father got to know via and he stopped them at the airport. अगर वो पहुंच जाते तो क्या होता?
पूरा ये हो जाता, हाथ से निकल जाता.
Completely out.
Then you can't even order.
We can. But then she should be available to take that. There'll be a thing that when she comes back to India, she won't be allowed then. Something like that. But at the end, that doesn't serve my purpose. The wife will be restricted to come back to India, and some laws in Dubai would also be protecting her.
You must have been like stressed.
You're from the husband side.
No, you must have been stressed like कि भागने को गई औरत.
Yeah, if she goes, we don't know what to do because our laws in India and Dubai are pretty different. Yeah. We do have an agreement between us that some laws are applicable here as well. But then it would be very difficult, and cubism कि वो बच्चे को वापस कैसे लाए? चलो वीडियो कॉल एक्सेस फादर को मिल जाता, but physical access?
Crazy, bro. These people and their ideas, really.
It is crazy.
Her like 2 दिन के बाद 3 दिन के बाद you might be like, oh my god, what is this? Like,
yeah, I mean, I was relieved that the children were stopped at the airport. I was like, your contacts have been well used today.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Deva.
Yeah, but on the other hand, we also have children जो willingly बोलते हैं मेरे को या तो mom या dad के साथ नहीं रहना है.
But they have that potential to make decision.
See, the thing is, a minor, it's very difficult to make any decisions as a minor because you don't know what's right or wrong. But when you reach a certain stage, like a certain age of say 13, you know यार, like what मेरे को क्या चाहिए. 13 साल की उम्र में आपको पता ही चल जाता है कि mom is better or maybe dad is better. See, obviously we still can't choose today. Mom hit me, I'll say dad is better. Dad hit me, मैं बोलूँगी mother is better. But at least they understand who they want to be with, and it gets more difficult to brainwash a teenager. Until the age of 10 आप brainwash कर सकते हो. After that it gets very difficult. But we have a lot of children who say that, and in these cases, the best interest of the child is taken into consideration. Now, question is, आप best interest decide कैसे करते हो? Because if the child is 5 years old, he can't talk. So what are you going to decide? Then the court tries to weigh the option out. See, अगर father can handle the child financially and they have a good environment and say अगर father work के लिए जाएगा तो maybe his mother is there to take care, or vice versa for the wife, if she's earning and she has her mother to take care, the child will be happy. Where little better that the court will decide. It's not like the court is coming to your house and seeing your house. That's not what I mean. But looking at the income documents and the lifestyle, the judges are able to decide that it'll be better for the child to remain 70% with who and 30% with who. So they look at the child's best interest, and then they always give visitation. The courts are very strict on the fact that no parent can be taken away from the right of access and visitation. Custody may be given to one parent.
But after custody is given, does the court check over ki what's going on, what's not going on? No, right?
No.
So I think there
Nor
was...
do the lawyers, nor does the court.
Not in India, but somewhere else it was
Yes, abroad they are very particular. So what they do is, even when you are when the court decides that now the child will be displaced, mother से father, वो पूरा घर आके check करते हैं.
Then if
उनका
it is not
पूरा
proper-
बैकग्राउंड चेक होता है. आपका ऑफिस में कौन है, सोसाइटी लोग क्या बोलते हैं, नेबर्स क्या बोलते हैं. इंडिया दैट्स नॉट देयर.
and it is not, if it is not better, वो लोग foster parenting के लिए
Yes,
opt out
they
करते
give
हैं.
for foster parents. India doesn't have that option. This all happens when you go for adoption. So then those adoption centers come to your house and they do the reiki and then say ठीक है, ये घर अच्छा है ये बच्चे.
हाँ.
But custody में, as a parent, you're bound to take care of the child properly. So let's look at the positives, that no parent would want a wrong for the
Wrong,
child, you
yeah.
know. They will give the best to the child. So even in like highly contested matters, like even yesterday मेरे एक matter में father को custody give up नहीं करना. He's very attached to the daughter and so is the daughter, and she's almost 13-14. But the mother is hell bent कि मेरे को custody चाहिए ही चाहिए. At hook or by crook, मैं आपको access दूंगी, जितना access चाहिए मैं आपको दूंगी. But the father says, no, I can take care of the child and I will do the best for my child. But now mother is also earning well, father is also earning well. They both have their own house. Where to go? Where to go? And if they go contested in court, for the custody aspect to be decided, वो बहुत साल लगेंगे. तो interim में दोनों को 50-50 ही मिलने वाला है access, जो अभी ही मिल रहा है. तो कोर्ट जाओ ही क्यों? Try to resolve it outside court ना.
Exactly.
One person has to compromise, or you go for a joint custody.
Compromise से अच्छा कि समझ के ले लो यार.
समझ के ले लो.
Betterment किसका है? बच्चे का है.
नहीं समझते ना. मेरे को लगता है child is happier with me because I'm financially stable. I have a house. I have everything. I'll take care of the child. So does the wife think that. Why will one person want to step down? Then the other option is go for joint custody. But joint custody में what happens is, if say now the wife is living near one end of the city because her job is there, husband is living at the end of the city, are you going to keep displacing the child every हफ्ता? आज ये हफ्ता मम्मी के साथ रहो, एक हफ्ता मम्मी. स्कूलिंग कहाँ करोगे? चाइल्ड का स्कूल बेस तो एक ही एरिया में हो सकता है ना. So joint custody comes as a problem there also. Unless both the parents live in the same area.
It's basically month to month. They like.
It could be week to week also.
Is it?
Yeah. We have a lot of parents who have ended on very good notes and they live in the same area and say like 2-3 buildings apart, and the kid goes up and down, up and down. Because school is also in the same area. Ghar bhi 2 lanes away hai, so it's manageable. But then those parents are on the same wavelength. Some parents are not. When you go for a divorce, the parents only look at the child as I told you, as a pawn. They don't look only as how will it benefit her, or probably it would not benefit her. Now in this case, as yesterday's case, what I was telling you, mother Kalyan में रह रही है, father घाटकोपर में रह रहा है. It's pretty far. But even if it's 2 hours away, it's not easy to commute.
In between sessions, is there a like psychological consultations going on?
Yes. So when so what happens is sometimes both the parents now are hell bent कि I want the child and मैं custody भी नहीं दूंगा.
Wow.
Lot of clients से मैं custody मेरे को देना ही नहीं है. So
जिद पे अड़
जाते हैं because as a wife अगर उसने मुझे मारा है for example, वो बच्चे को भी मार सकता है ना. So मेरा I'm thinking कि my child is not safe in that house. But the husband as a father, he might not do that. You're a very different person as a husband and you're a different person as a father. But they don't get it. They think मेरा child unsafe है वो घर पे. So coming back to your question, who decides that?
Mhm.
As I told you, they look at the best interests.
Mhm.
But the judges are not equipped with understanding child psychology.
Mhm.
We have marriage counselors in the court, but they again don't understand child psychology. So what happens is they call a specialist child psychologist in the court. The child is called in the court. हमारा एक children complex होता है family court में,
Mhm.
where there are like colored walls and slides and ball pool and all of that, जहाँ बच्चे को बैठाते हैं with a child psychologist and then उसका therapy होता है. Do you want your 7-year-old child to undergo this?
किसको चाहिए रहेगा?
बट पेरेंट्स इतने हेलबेंट हो जाते हैं कि दे लाइक ठीक है कोर्ट डिसाइड करेगा, कोर्ट को देखना. एंड देन वो लोग क्या करेंगे, बिफोर द चाइल्ड सिट्स फॉर द साइकोलॉजी थेरेपी सेशन, दोनों ब्रेन वॉश करेंगे. हाउ इज द चाइल्ड गोइंग टू से यस और नो इवन इन थेरेपी? एंड दैट्स हैपेंड विद अ लॉट ऑफ माय क्लाइंट्स, a lot of my children. In one case, 2 daughters have said मेरे को मॉम के साथ रहना ही नहीं, मेरे को पापा के साथ ही रहना. But they are still forced कि वो कोर्ट में आए और थेरेपी ले.
बट यहाँ पे इजी हो जाता है ना एक पॉइंट पे कि अगर वो लोग डिसाइड कर
That's the
लेते
point. It should be easy, but why the kids still call to court? It is easy. Both the daughters have said, and they are almost 13 years old. दोनों ने बोला मेरे को पापा के साथ ही रहना है. Then why are you calling the kids for therapy in court? Or not therapy, but counseling sessions.
Counseling
Why are
session.
you calling? Because the mother is putting so much pressure that I know the father is brainwashing. And I have seen it personally in court. I am from the husband side and the 2 children. We try so hard that we sit down with the children. We've taken them to an Italian restaurant and told him, Mummy se baat to karo. As a lawyer, I have sat down in that meeting and said, talk to your mom. You know what they do? The mother will touch them here, they'll do this.
Mothers?
The mother will touch the child here
हाँ.
to talk to her, beta kaise ho? They will remove the hand. ऐसे
अच्छा देवा.
If the mother is getting so humiliated by the children herself, she's doing nah beta, the daughter is removing the flicking the hair. इतना hatred बच्चे के पास है for the mother. Still you are trying. Father is telling you भाई नहीं हो रहा है. I'm not stopping the kids. आप खुद ही देख लो. If tomorrow somebody was scaring me, I will still, human tendency, if I love my mother, I will have some affection towards her, right? But they are not brainwashed. They genuinely उनको नहीं पसंद है मम्मी. For whatever reasons. Even we don't know. वो लोग काउंसलिंग में भी इतना खुल के नहीं बोल रहे हैं. बट लाइक इमेजिन, एंड द मदर इज स्टिल फोर्सिंग द कोर्ट के अब बच्चों को कोर्ट में लाओ और मेरे को एक्सेस कोर्ट में ही दिलवाओ. So every time she avails the access of the children, the access is in court premises.
This is like really.
The mother is holding.
Mother will be like broken down. यार
She's broken down, but she's still not stopping. She's still trying. She holds the child and she takes the child. The child is moving the hand and she's sitting on the floor and saying, "I am not coming with you." I have observed that personally. I have videos of that because we take it from the husband side of it. But what do you do?
यहाँ पे मैं ही हेल्पलेस हो जाएगा like क्या
I'm
करूँगा?
also like I had a tear in my eye that day. That for the mother, I had a tear. I don't know the mother; she's my opponent. But like looking at the children behave like that towards their mom, I was like, what
Not
to do?
good, yeah.
Even the husband is fed up. And the husband lives in Gujarat. So he has to bring the children from Vapi. Every twice a month. He has to bring them here in court to meet the mother for 2 hours for the kids to only behave like that with the mother. And it's so stressful for the children. उनको
How long
आना ही
is
नहीं
this
है.
going on?
This is going on since 12 years.
Bro, 12 years?
And the kids are 13 now. So this happened when they were like 1 or 2. Yeah.
So it's like major exposure of father is there.
Yeah, they're very comfortable with the father. But that should not take away the fact that they're not comfortable with the mother also. The court has said, go stay with the mother for 4 days. Mother lives in Mumbai, father lives in Vapi. But they're not willing to stay. And then in the summer break, when they went with the mother, they were not comfortable. वो लोग court में आके counselor को they've mentioned that I was not happy. I want to be with the father.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. But like you have seen which is the like largest state which is going through like such problems.
No, I would not have the statistics of the
No?
largest state. No.
Because
I would just say metropolitan cities, it's more high.
yeah, because for me itself as a podcaster, also family podcaster, you can say. People from Gujarat are like more trying to get over the solutions for divorce or domestic violence than Maharashtra. These
Okay,
two
no,
states are
I'm
more
not
for
aware
me.
of that.
Then it is UP and Bihar. That's how it is going. I was shocked कि like more people are trying to get free from their husband
Yeah.
or from their wife in such scenarios. Crazy.
Yeah, it
And
gets very dirty.
हाँ exactly. कितना सहन कर सकते हो? Now you're telling me this the child is doing.
Yeah.
I got emotional.
She's
like,
giving
क्या
a
bro?
chocolate to the child and the child is throwing the
Throwing
chocolate
the-
down. Like, I've seen it. And I was disturbed that day myself. So, it's not easy.
एक वो रहता है ना मातृ भाव रहता है वो पूरा शैटर हो जाएगा यार किसी का भी शैट
And you know, like, you try to explain the mother, कितना ही try करोगे, madam, मत try करो. But she's also इतना अड़ियल that मैं try करूंगी.
This is the decade long
Ego.
battle, right?
Yeah, this is going on since 12 years and almost 7 years or 6 years for the custody part of it.
Crazy. Oh, I feel sad for the people यार कैसे help करने का इन लोग को in some case I wish to help them.
And then this case is filed in Mumbai.
Hmm.
But the kids are living in Vapi. So it's very inconvenient कि father बच्चों को every 2 times a month लाए.
Mhm.
तो हमने ट्रांसफर का केस डाला था सुप्रीम कोर्ट में कि अब ये केस गुजरात में ट्रांसफर करो तो कि चिल्ड्रन को बार बार मुंबई ना आना पड़े. वाइफ को अगर गुजरात आना पड़ेगा इट्स ओके बिकॉज आई कैन पे फॉर हर एक्सपेंस इट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम बिकॉज इट्स वन पर्सन कमिंग इंस्टेड ऑफ 3 people coming from Gujarat.
Mhm.
Supreme Court said no. So now 3 people are coming to Bombay every month.
It's not good. Huh. Any last messages that you want to pass before we end this podcast?
I would
because
just say think before what you get into. That's it. And think for the future. I mean, just keep your egos aside. And even if you want to move on in life, don't be stuck कि मैंने इतने so a lot of clients से मैंने इतने साल गुजारे तो थोड़ा तो compensation मेरे को चाहिए ना अपने life. No. You are capable enough. You can fend for yourself, be it a husband or a wife. And just ignore maybe your last 10 years might have been bad. No one is saying कि नहीं था. आपने बहुत सहन किया है. But look at the next 10 years now. Why do you want to waste the next 10 years going through so much of this?
इतना trauma इतना ऊपर नीचे करने
For
का
me, it's an
चलता
advantage. It's my profession. I'll see you in court. But why?
है. But your advice is also like मत करो.
Yes, my main advice to all my clients, all of them is I will try my level best to settle it out mutually. Like as I told you in that first case where he backed out last minute, we tried so hard to just settle it mutually for this to happen. So sometimes I feel disheartened and at a loss कि इतना हमने effort डाला and then you're only backing out. But the whole point is we try for mutual. नहीं हो रहा है if the client is so hell-bent कि मेरे को लड़ना झगड़ना है तो be my guest. I'm happy.
Crazy. Thank you for coming in, bro. I feel we might be able to do more episodes in future also.
Great,
if possible.
definitely. I'm sure I'll have a lot of more stories.
Yeah. You'll get
Kisse of common people.
you might have feedback from people also like kaise tha. So thank you for
Thank you
coming
so
in.
much. Thank you for having me.
I feel that is it for today, guys. We are already 1 hour 20 minutes
Wow.
in the podcast, and that is it for today. Tab tak ke liye bye bye, shabba khair, take care, whatever it is. Signing off the Shankti Shri Matre Namah and Adesh.